So a friend wants me to help him build a gaming PC. Despite not having all the parts, we still have some more on the way. Nonetheless, let's get started. Alright, so I have no tripod to actually hold any sort of camera in place, and I'm using my phone for this, documenting the process. But I'm going to try my best, and I won't be able to film everything because some things I have to do with two hands, and those we won't get to actually see on camera, but I will show them off when I get them done. So, we have some RAM here, we have a motherboard, we have power supply, the graphics card, and we also have that case over there. And first things first is I'm going to get that case open up, and I'm going to put this motherboard in it. We don't have the CPU yet, and when it does come in, I will update the video on that and sort of just edit it in. But in the meantime, let's get started. Okay, so inside this case, we have a case fan already built into it. It came with it. And we have some wiring in here. So, by the looks of some of the wiring, indeed, yes, it actually has a micro SD and an SD card reader, headphone jack, microphone jack, two USB 3.0 ports, two USB 2.0 ports, and of course there's our power switch. I'm not sure if this case actually has a reset button on it, but pretty sure that thing lights up. And then we have our disk activity LED, and then I think that's the power one. That looks like there's an LED in there, but this thing actually looks familiar. I think shoot, this looks a lot like the case that Mike has. Be surprised if it is, because then Mike, you get to actually see me handle something that looks similar to yours, but the parts are slightly different. But this is not my PC build. For those of you watching this who are in Dids Gang, this is for a friend. Later down the year, I'll be doing my own PC build, which is probably going to be much stronger and be a force to record with, because I'm not planning to do just gaming on the one that I get later on, but I'm planning to do video editing. For now, we're going to focus on this, because this is the one that we're working on now, and this is actually for a friend of mine. So let's get started with the motherboard. Okay, so I unboxed it. Here we have the motherboard, and yep, these are SATA cables, and then we have our I/O shield. Get some paperwork, and of course, the CD that came with it. I'm pretty sure this also contains drivers for some of the hardware that's on board the system, and then we'll install it after we get this up and running. But for at the time recording this, we can't get it up and running because there's still some parts like the CPU, the hard drive, and the optical drive are still indeed missing. So until those come in, I cannot fire this up for him and get the thing all set up. We were able to shave off some of his costs because I have a Windows 7 installation disk. I'm not sure if it works with these new modern motherboards. Pretty sure it does. I'm gonna try anyway. If not, then we'll figure something out. For now, I'm going to start installing this now, and then I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get this installed. While putting in the motherboard, I did discover that there's another fan over there with what seems to be either a sound filter or a dust filter. Not sure how strong that fan's going to be, but pulling in air from the front here, not sure how that's going to work. Foam does not look like you should be removing it. Not sure. I'm going to go and consult the manual in a bit. See if you should be taking that out or if it should be left in there, but that thing serves as a dust cover. Why not? Less management for him to do when he actually gets this thing up and running. Right here we have our ATX connector to power the CPU from the power supply. We have, I believe, 24-pin connector. Could be wrong on that, but this also goes to the power supply. We have where our graphics card is going to go. We have two PCIe. Oh geez. So you could connect. So you could theoretically connect two graphics cards here and run them together. And then we have our standard PCI. But when installing this, I did run into a little problem with we can focus with these. I accidentally installed this incorrectly, but that has been since corrected. Oh, jeez. Well, then there's these old school mouse and keyboard ports. Not that we're going to be using those, because we're going to be connecting everything through USB, so these not being like up to snuff shouldn't really matter that much. And then there's our keys, the focus. We have our sound, the pink one's the microphone, the green one's speakers, and the blue one's some other line in, which I believe gets fed through as either its own input device, or you could have like a TV or something plugged into it and have the sound from that join up with your computing experience. I'm not sure what those letters stand for, but here we have our two rear facing 3.0 ports. We have, oh geez, we have 6 USB 2.0 ports. Let me just double check that, 'cause sometimes they could look a little bit different. Yep, there's our 6 2.0 ports. We have an Ethernet port, and then what you would call these is PS2, not PlayStation 2, but they're called PS/2 for mouse and keyboard. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to get this installed, get these wires squared away. There's also a card reader socket, which I cannot find, living whatever, cannot find on this motherboard. So that's another thing he's not going to be able to use. He's going to have to get a USB card reader, and if he doesn't mind getting an extension or plugging it into the back here, he can get a 3.0. Otherwise, he's going to have to settle for 2.0 speeds if he gets either or, and then those will work up front. So these fans, if there isn't any room for these on the motherboard, if there is any of these connectors, which is for like the old school hard drives, I will be connecting them, same with this front one, I'll be connecting them together through that directly to the power supply, if supported of course. If not, I will just simply find a spot on the motherboard to plug them in. Where is the RAM? I'm also going to put in the RAM, and I cannot hold both the camera and do this one-handed, and I don't have a proper tripod or anything to connect them, so I'm going to plug these in, and then I'm going to unpause my recording and get back to you guys in a bit. The SD card slot, I have not found one for that. Yeah, this one is HD audio, which goes down here. So see if I could do this while holding this shitty phone. Did it go in? Yep, it's in. I want to actually connect these small things first before I proceed, just to get them out of the way. The one with the red and green is the card reader. These are, let's see if we can get that into view. I guess this phone does not want to focus in on it. Oh, it's too bright. Well, whatever. These are the power LEDs, and unlike the switch, these are polarized. You can only put them in one way. If you put them in the wrong way, the light will not light up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that now, and then I'll be back with you guys in a bit. Okay, so I got most of the clusterfuck situated away. Still missing the optical, still missing a hard drive, still missing CPU. Those are not coming to mail yet for him, and I'm assuming he'll bring them over either today or at the time of recording, of course, or at a later time whenever they arrive, or probably he hasn't ordered it yet because he's still waiting for the funds. But this is as much as I can do. Once those parts come in, then I'll get them situated, and then camera can focus, and then I'll pick this video back up whenever that may be. Okay, so some of the other parts have actually come in for this build. We got the optical drive there. that way. Put this in. That. I'm just gonna tuck all this crap away. Damn. Okay, so now the SATA cables, where did it go? Doing this one hand sucks. Damn, it's gonna be flipping upside down and stuff. There we go, got that plugged in. Just gotta tidy that up. Hard drive's the last part to come in. Now we're gonna work on the CPU. So now we got the CPU here. That's it. So now just lift this thing up and try to match it in. Go golden triangle. Match it up with that one on the bottom corner. Make sure it's in snug. Snap it in place. And it looks good. Okay, that took more effort than needed, especially since I had to replace the thermal paste. Yeah, I could zip tie that. It's almost complete. Got some wires tied up back there. All this mess here. Shit. And finally, some room for that fan lights up. Just have to stay like that. Let's see if it posts. If this works without fail. This thing checks out. Where is it? There's the blue light. There we go, so now everything's plugged in. There's the hard drive. And now we're gonna put the OS on it.
We can slay if whenever you want, whenever you're not busy.
When I find time. I'm gonna install his OS right now. Insert, select the key and press. Okay, so there, space. Okay, now that it's synced up. Demon, I swear everyone does that on over Skype too. They're like, hey, I need something. Yeah, what do you need? 6 months later. Hey, how are you doing? I read, and then I watch. As soon as that hey shows up, I just want no response back.
Wait, what?
I always keep turning in my cell phone in my office so that they can keep it safe.
Installing window hose.
Windows.
I'm putting
I go riding merrily along.
Jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Jingle jangle,
Today,
jingle jangle, jingle jangle,
that jingle, jangle, jingle.
jingle jangle,
And I go riding merrily along.
jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. They sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. As I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. As I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Today, that jingle, jangle, jingle. As I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Jingle jangle.
go riding merrily along.
Jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Jingle jangle,
Today,
jingle jangle, jingle jangle, jingle jangle,
that jingle, jingle, jingle.
jingle jangle,
And I go riding merrily along.
jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. They sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Today, that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Jingle jangle,
Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding merrily along. And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. They sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And I go riding glad you're single?
Jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
As I go riding merrily along. Oh, ain't you glad you're single?
So I did run into a few problems while setting up the software and stuff, but I got those all figured out and it's good and working now. It runs a lot of the games at mid settings, high settings, pretty stably at 60 FPS, and some games have an exception to that because either frame rate caps or the coding is just dicky. But he took it home and he's happy with his computer build. So so that was my first time actually hands-on building a PC or a gaming rig. I did help two others over Skype build theirs, and they were like in their early teens and have no idea how to do this stuff. And over Skype and with them using webcam, I was able to somehow walk them through it, and they got it up and running and it worked successfully. I don't know how any of this happened, but it's just amazing how well I was able to instruct these two individuals. And then trying it out for myself hands-on and actually succeeding was a great experience. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe, and then later down the year, maybe next year, I'm not sure when I'm gonna get the parts for doing my own build for myself, but I will be recording and talking over that one. And there's slightly different parts from what I've shown in this video, so I hope you guys look forward to that. See you in the next video.